I have a sneaking sympathy for all of them. For the blithely clueless, bumbling through the disapproving looks, the acutely embarrassed who would conform if only they knew how, the deliberately curmudgeonly who define themselves by their resistance, the makers of new rules who seek to change the world, the calculating social climbers who pick and choose when to be good and when to be bad, the furiously angry who've gone beyond all care and restraint, the comedians poking fun, and the downright mischievous who just can't resist giving the world a little stir. This is a book for and about all of them. It is an exploration of the written and unwritten rules of Tudor and Stuart England and how people went about breaking them. It's not a history of criminal behaviour as such, although some of the activities in this book will edge into the legally dubious. Rather, it is a study of all the niggling, antisocial, irritating ways that people use to kick against prevailing social mores. And because the offence and the meaning is all contained within the specific details of these behaviours, you will find too within these pages step-by-step instructions that lay out exactly how to be that annoying and irritating person. We shall rehearse the various ways in which you could embarrass your parents, mock a sober clergyman, disgust your dinner guests, and put down your enemies. There are instructions for fighting in various styles so that you can hold your own against the city watch or, at least, intimidate the uninitiated into letting you have your way. There are crib sheets of verbal insults outlining the vocabulary, but also providing you with a key so that you can extemporise upon certain themes and customise your linguistic attacks to suit the occasion. You will find pointers about sartorial inelegance in several forms that could cause terrible worry to stuffy parents. It is a sort of basic toolkit for navigating your way around the edges of society and sliding between the gaps. And why this particular 100 years? Well, that is very personal. I always have trouble articulating exactly why it is this bit of English history that so captures my attention, heart and soul, but it does. And I can't help but hope that it captures yours too. I love the combination of the exotically different mingled with the almost familiar, the way you can trace ideas, words, attitudes and habits that at first glance seem so alien as they gently shift into the background of modern life. So much of the 21st century way of life can be illuminated by an understanding of this era. Our current brand of religion and non-religion was shaped at this time. Both the emergence of new forms of worship, the hammering out of new creeds and religious practices, and the beginnings of a deep and almost visceral distrust of fundamentalism and over-enthusiastic spiritualism can be found here. Secularism, as well as Quakers and Baptists of various denominations, emerged from these years. Our form of democracy, too, was first argued about and fought over at this time. Ideas about votes for all men, alas, not women, get their first hearing in the 1640s. Representation and taxation become deeply entwined as a principle, and the monarchy is forced to take several large steps back from power. The impact of these struggles and arguments upon the global stage is profound and ongoing. No one can seriously dismiss either the impact of linguistic evolution at this time, as it emerged on the streets, the stages, and the printed page, brimming with vigour and creativity to be carried outwards by trade and colonisation far from Britain's shores. Nor were any of these great ferments purely the preserve of the wealthy and elite members of society. People from the humblest of backgrounds found ways to make their voices heard upon the great matters of the day. The poor elderly widow at the very bottom of the social heap could be engaged in the most profound of spiritual speculation and navigate her way to services and debates of her choosing. Those who propounded the most radical of political ideas hailed in large part from the workshops rather than the manor houses. The period's greatest poets and dramatists were drawn from a variety of backgrounds and often had patchy and incomplete formal educations. Despite its powerfully hierarchical and misogynistic social structure, this was an era with a surprising degree of room for manoeuvre. There were gaps through which the brave, determined